Hey guys, welcome to Courtney Invest. Today I'm going to be talking about my trade I did yesterday with Tesla and how I was able to make $1,000 in 10 minutes trading options. So pretty much how I start my day every day, I get on the market. I try to be on there by at least 8. You could be better than me and get on earlier than that, but I like to go to the gym first. So what I do is I take a look at my watch list and I'm going to see, first I'm going to look at QQQ and SPY because they the best way to put it, they're kind of like the controllers of the market. So you can get an idea of how your stock compares to how the general market is moving if you look at SPY and QQQ. So I look at them first, and then I'm gonna pretty much look at all my other stocks and see what has the most movement in the pre-market. The pre-market is like from 4:30 to pretty much 8:30 before the market opens. So we want to see what's kind of going on, fill it out, and see what has the biggest like range of movement, on the upside or the downside. And usually what I'll do is I'll pick maybe 3 or 4 that I'm watching for that day and that have the most movement. And then I'm going to go into those stocks and I'm going to see what the pre-market low is. And that's basically the lowest that it got during the pre-market. And I'm going to notate that. And then I'm going to look at what the high was for the pre-market. So, which is pretty much, the highest that it went during that pre-market. And I'm going to pretty much notate those numbers. And if it goes below pre-market low, then if there's a few other things that look good, you pretty much know that's a good point to get in if you are going to short that stock. And if it goes above the pre-market high, then that's a pretty good indicator that it's going to be a bull run. The stock's going to go up. So from there, you kind of have a good idea of what stocks you're kind of have on watch for the day. So of course, Tesla was one of the stocks I was looking at. There's another indicator I like to use called VWAP, which I'll go into more detail later. But it's basically something I put on my chart so I can watch pretty much how that moves. And basically with Tesla, one of the things I noticed, so, it had like, I think a 5% jump in the pre-market. So it was already moving pretty crazy. And before the market even opened, it, had dipped below, or I mean, above the pre-market high. So I was like, you know what? I think this will be a good one. I pretty much got in right away. At first, it honestly was not looking the best. I invested, I want to say $2,500, $2,600. I did for a second, I was down like $975, and I'll post a snippet of that as well. But I pretty much, one thing I noticed was that it had actually rejected off of VWAP twice, which is another really good indicator that, the stock's going to jump. So I tried to just tell myself to be patient and stick with my strategy and wait it out, which I did. And then just a few minutes later, as you guys saw, it went all the way up to 1,000. I exited my position and I was done for the day. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and I look forward to sharing more.